Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game between Beastie Cutie playing as the Chinese versus Kasva playing as the Abbasid Dynasty. It's COVID FitzBro coming at you. We're on the up and up, slowly feeling better. We've got scouts moving out on the field, picking up those sheeps, and the map here is Altai. So, of course, two mountain ridges on the side, and kind of this middle area to battle over. Now, looking at the tree lines, we have two tree lines for Kasva spawn. And it looks like Beastie has like 2.5, but it's kind of central. It's always interesting looking at how the res spawn this map, because this is definitely like way more wood on Beastie's side of the map. And this, why am I mentioning this? Because a lot of times you actually end up running out of wood on this map. But anyways, Beastie playing as China against Kasva's Abbasid. Trying to think about if I was in Kasva's shoe, what I would try here. It's pretty hard to pressure China early on in the game. Essentially, it's so easy for them to get their dynasty these days. Those Joganu will just wreck you if you do any type of ram push. So I doubt he'll be pushing. Probably going to play this for Castle Age, which then is always a scary thing too, because, you know, late game China siege is not something you want to necessarily be going toe to toe with. So it'll be interesting to see how he decides to, combat that. Now, these two players, top of the tier, top of the ladder right now. I think Beastie has been like really close to number one or hovering just around that. Kasva, top 100, top 50 player, but a little bit lower rank. So this would technically be advantage Beastie, and certainly a civilization that's considered way stronger right now. Now, nothing too unique going on here in Beastie's base. Getting food, getting wood. He's getting all of his gold with this Imperial official by collecting that gold that is that tax gold that is accruing there in the mill. Let's see what Kasva is up to. Yeah, he's just going to be aging up. Looks like he's got 7 on food, 4 on gold. I think that next bill may go to food. Looks like he's just now dropping down his House of Wisdom, using 2 of his gold bills actually to build that. I don't know why he's rushing that out, because he doesn't have the gold he needs to age quite yet. So it's curious. I mean, he's going to be very close, but I don't think he needed to put 2 villagers on it. But, we've all been in this situation with the House of Wisdom. It's always tricky getting it down at the precise time you need to age up. But he does have some gold there. Drop off. I think he maybe meant to drop it off. There we go. Okay, now the economic wing, just about the 2-minute, 50-second mark. Now, a lot of times, you'll see vills pulled off of gold once they have that 125 that you need for fresh foodstuffs, which gives you the cheaper villagers, and then moving over to stone. We'll see if he does that. Lots of sheep coming in right now for Kasva, so that's good for him. This map does spawn with your in-base hunt. So you see there's a hunt here, there's a hunt here. One thing to know about... it's Altai, right? Yeah, Altai. I always double check because don't want to say the wrong one. Okay, so for Beastie's situation here, will he go? Sometimes you see professional scouts in play, but the hunts aren't really far away. Yes, you could try to steal your opponent's hunts, I guess, but I'm not sure if he'll try it. We'll have to see as we get in the next age if he goes for professional scouts or not. I'm going to go with probably no. I doubt this is a professional hunt scout situation. But I do expect we'll see the dynasty coming up. There we go. We got the Barbican of the Sun defensive landmark on the front line. And let's see, has Kasva switched to gold? He has not. I'm sorry, switched to stone. Now look, he did get 167 gold, and now has pulled all of his gold villagers off. And but he's thrown them all onto wood. So I don't know if he's going to do a 2 town center opening here. I don't see any indication of going for stone yet, but he might maybe pull some food vills over to stone. But perhaps he's just going to play some aggro here in the second age. Although, like I said, I don't know if I would do that, but we'll see. We'll see. These are the pros. Okay, so getting plenty of wood and food right now. Without that gold, doesn't look like he's going to be going for any type of, fast castle or any type of... I don't know. I don't even think a second town center since he hasn't gone for stone yet. I think he's going to be just sticking with this. Okay, so there we go. Feudal age has been reached. Beastie getting a lot of gold on the other hand. I can only guess he's going for his second landmark so he can get that dynasty. Dropping down his stable. Maybe he will go for professional scouts. Let's see. perhaps we'll have to watch closely here. He's just below that gold mount he would need if he did go for it. Trading up an additional scout. So this does kind of make me think that he maybe will consider going for this. Let's see if he does. Now, he could be doing it for scouting intel, of course. But let's see if he goes for that professional scouts. He hasn't got it yet. Now, he can train that very quick. It takes 25 seconds to get professional scouts with China. Wild. Absolutely wild. There we go. He's queues it up. So there it is. BCQ is going to go for the professional scouts. So very interesting. He'll be bringing in this hunt. We'll see if he goes for his enemy's hunt over here. Meanwhile, what's going on with Kasva? Opens with double archer range, no second town center. You see a lot of second TC openings out of the Abbasid Dynasty, not for Kasva. So I think he's going to be playing aggro, lots of archers. I think he's just kind of scouting out the situation, seeing what he's looking at. We see that BCQD is on that stone, and Kasva sees it as well, which indicates a second town center. But no dynasty yet. He says he has opened with the stable. I mean, if Kasva does do some kind of aggro, he might have some chance here. But I don't know. It looks like he's just kind of chilling back on his food right now. Look at all those sheep he brought down. Very nice. Okay, so Kasva continuing the macro for wood and food. No indication of aging up at the moment. But we do have some animation canceling scouts on the stone of Beastie Cutie right now. There you go. You see these scouts just kind of disrupting the stone line of Beastie right now. An archer rage being dropped down. He needs to get a little bit more stone if he's going to be dropping that town center. Look at that. He's just shy of that 300 stone mark he needs to hit. In fact, losing a villager there to his scout. So with the animation canceling, has cost him a villager. Something you have to be really careful about. Probably something will be patched out in the future. But right now, he might even lose a second villager. That was very close, but I think that villager did escape. Still shy of that 300 stone mark that he needs to drop that additional town center. So able to actually do a little bit of a disruption just with those two scouts. Not to mention this has prevented Beastie's scouts from, sitting there gathering the hunts, though they will here very shortly. He now has that 300 stone that he needs. No dynasty out of Beastie Cutie. Looks like he's just going to be sticking with the one landmark for the most part. Well, he might drop it right now. He's about at the res he needs. Let's see if he does it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Imperial Academy. So going for that dynasty right now. He also is about to drop an additional town center. So that'll give him some faster villagers. Faster villager production. Out comes some archers from Kasva. Look at this. Double stable and double archery range. So he's going to be playing very, very aggressively for the Abbasid. No second town center is something pretty surprising to see here. So in comes the pressure, and the question will be, will he be able to do significant damage before Beastie gets his defenses up? Because his boom's underway. It does look like the scout actually stopped the wall from being built. So there was a little bit of a scout fight here that I caught a little bit of. But I don't know. It does look like perhaps BC is going to Kasva is going to get in the wall before it gets completed. At the very least, he has picked off a few villagers. Look at that. 31 villagers versus the 30 of BC Cutie. So he is up a villa right now. But let's be careful. I just want to get trapped here. But he can push these guys off of the berries, which he's doing already. And now you see those Jugnu being trained. This is the unique unit that's available once you get to that dynasty. 30 wood, 30 gold, and 20 food. They are extremely strong units, but he's going to need more than just 3 of them here. But they should have no problem dealing with these archers. You see him, the Imperial official, working on this here. So they train very quickly. 5 seconds. It's very, very fast. But he needs the wood in order to be able to do this. And he invested in, that looks like a house there. Yeah, it's kind of in an awkward situation where he just doesn't have the res to pump out the army he needs at the moment. And we look at this, the Imperial Academy being sieged down by horsemen and scouts. It'd be wild if they took that thing all the way down without a ram. Abbasid have access to rams early on. You can see here they can train them as early as the Dark Age if they want. But looks like scouts have caught a few archers off guard there for the reinforcements. Biggest thing Kasva has done right now is just disrupt the economy of Beastie Cutie. He should have more villagers here over time, which he does right now. Imperial official going down, that is a big hit, because that's most of his gold generation. And if you can get that one, that would be really big. But there we go. We see these horsemen actually slowly working away at this Imperial Academy, which it makes the nearby buildings generate plus 100% gold, but not if it's dead. And the scouts and just, I mean, very interesting. Such a small army, but doing a lot of damage right now. It'll be crazy if they actually take that all the way down. He's kept them off of these berry bushes. He's keeping them off the hunt right now. And perhaps Kasva just knows that he has his enemy pushed off of food, but BC does have professional scouts, so he's already brought in a few deer carcasses, so he's okay for food for now. Needs to be careful as these scouts and you're going to get a little bit closer. Here they come, and Kasva sees it, he senses it, and he is backing up. Reinforcements across the field. We have more archers and horsemen, along with a tower coming up mid. We do have a blacksmith, but nothing has been researched yet at that blacksmith. What's going on up here? Okay, archers just kiting back. Scouts, very great tanks for in this situation. Now, these Yugdu are just really deal out a ton of damage, so you want to be careful. You don't want to just fight those head on. And Kasva's trying to run away, but I'm not sure if he's going to be successful here. This could be a cleanup. Oh, look at this. Now, BC has some villagers up here. I didn't actually pay attention to where he dropped his second town center. But there we go. We have horsemen on the backline, actually. What's going on over here? Picking up villagers. While it does look like, in fact, Kasva's army is going to be okay since the horsemen did get into the battle. He helped him hold on. He did not lose all of his archers. And this looks like to be okay trade for Kasva right now. Still working on that landmark with just one horseman at the moment. And the biggest thing he's done is just disrupt the economy of China. Though China is up on villagers right now. Wood's kind of a challenging resource to get with a lot of pressure here. He's got those berries on lock with that town center. I wonder if Kasva saw that. It's hard to say because the line of sight isn't always telling in the playbacks, but he has ignited the Imperial Academy right now. But here we go. We've got archers coming down to push back the horsemen. Look at that. BC Cutie is out of wood. The only trouble with being able to train so fast is it is easy to quickly rip through the resources. With horsemen just trying to disrupt the lumber line. You know, I said at the top of the game that this is a very hard combination to fight into as the Abbasid Dynasty. But Kasva is just running a clinic here on how to apply pressure with Abbasid, playing them as an extremely aggressive civilization right now, without rams too. He is not, you know, typically you see like archers and ram pushes a lot of times. No, he's used the horsemen to push villagers off of the trees. Even with all this walling that BC Cutie has tried to do, picking off a villager right there, Kasva's just laid out so much pressure, and I can't believe this. He was able to kill that landmark, which I believe will knock him out of his dynasty, which so impressive. This will stop that villager, additional villager production speed boost he had. Okay, and there we go. These horsemen are positioning. That's a lot of horsemen now. We've got archers kind of on both sides. And I think China's wasn't really expecting this much pressure out of Kasva. What is this being dropped down? A blacksmith. BC Cutie certainly is nowhere near aging right now, which typically China, likes to do. Drop down that blacksmith. Let's see if Kasva's got any of his upgrades yet. He looks like he is getting his range upgrades just now. We have horsemen running in. Now, he has 13 villagers here, so that's actually, he can't garrison all of them in. Only 10 will fit inside that town center, so he should be able to pick up a few villagers here. Let's see if he does it. There we go. Trying to even those villager odds. You do see BC Cutie is up by quite a few vills. Picks up a few, but not going to be enough to offset. Honestly, the greatest thing that he's done so far is probably just idling that eco. But here we go. We've got China's army looking to maybe box out Kasva. Let's see how this goes. We have horsemen sieging down this town center, and if he's able to take this down, that is 10 villagers inside here, plus that one. That makes that 11 villagers trying to repair while his army gets into position. But at the same time, this is also costing him wood. He's going to be running out of wood. And that's kind of been the theme here so far. I think he maybe did some trading there or just turned them in. And there we go. We do see China's army arriving just in time. Meanwhile, on the back line, we have some archers with a tower over top of the wood line taking shots. I think China is cleaning this up right now. A nice hold for Beastie Cutie, but losing a lot of villagers along the way. So I don't know. Oh boy, but losing archers here on the other side. I'm sorry, losing villagers. This has been an action-packed game. I don't know where to look. Kasva just really not letting up here. We do have outposts now shooting over the tree line. They now have line of sight. They've got this arrow slits, so they have additional range and pushing Beastie Cutie off of this wood line, leaving this wood line. But we do have rams now starting to hit. That was a lot of horsemen and archers, though, that he lost on the back line. So the question will be, was that enough of damage to the army? Now we can see Beastie Cutie is only up 4 villagers. And I would say probably advantage Kasva right now. Has a pretty nice army, has these towers, is blocking the wood line. He's got rams going up. Look at that, taking down. Now, that's a unique building for China that holds additional population. But unfortunately, when it's dead, it holds no population. The village holds 40 population typically. You can see him now. He is housed by a lot by taking that out. Oh my gosh, Kasva is just housing Beastie right now. And if he can keep him housed and just keep pressure on, this could be a really good situation for him. Hard to engage these head on, but with towers, he's able to stand a little bit of a chance here. There we go. And pushing off the wood line and leaves this wood lines available. You know, and I said early on, you have to watch the wood lines on this map because it can become a huge factor. Beastie just doesn't have the wood right now. Does he have a market? He would have to trade if he wants to train units at the moment. I mean, he's got all this wood controlled. It's looking like Beastie Cutie is positioning to perhaps age. If he can hold on, I mean, let's see, 54 villagers versus 53. I mean, he's still technically been up villagers the entire game. I mean, we look at the score, it says technically that Beastie's ahead, but he's very pop-capped right now. And not to mention that, pushed completely off of wood. I think he's just kind of flustered. Look at that. We have villagers in. I think he's going to come forward and make a dive here with his villagers. I think he really wants this wood line, and he knows it. This might be a desperate attempt, though. That is a stone tower he's going up against, though. That's a lot of angry villagers throwing their torches. But those archers are probably going to be trying to focus down villagers as much as they can. Kasva looking like he might be about to age up, but right now we have big engagement going on right now with Beastie Cutie dealing a lot of damage to Kasva's army. The question will be how many villagers were lost in this scuffle. Okay, so Beastie going to hold on, taking down that tower, killing all those archers. So pulling those villagers seems to have been the right call. Now going after another tower with, like, what is that, 23 villagers at the moment. Kasva looks like has walled in. Oh, he's starting to stonewall his opponent in. Man, don't these units just pack a punch? Okay, Kasva is up on villagers now. Has he dropped a second town center? Yes, he has dropped a second town center of his own. Now, remember, Abbasid villagers are 25 food apiece with fresh foodstuffs. So it's a nice little eco advantage for him. And the one thing, while you do see the villagers are sieging down towers, this is 27 villagers that are not gathering right now, which is that's economic damage right there, right? Idle time is villager seconds equals resources. Beastie Cutie, though, reaching the castle age with the astronomical clock tower, which is able to train up these very strong siege units that China is known for. Taking off that ram, although that ram I think did considerable damage, but it does appear that perhaps Beastie Cutie has stabilized here. What will he do with this? I can only imagine that Kasva is aging up. Kasva is aging up himself, but Abbasid's aged slower than anyone in the game. You can see he still has 1 minute and 39 seconds until he will be in the next age. So Beastie could train up some siege right away, given him, but you need wood in order to do that. So he made a call that he needed to take out these towers in order to regain his wood line, and it appears to have been the best one for him, the best call for him right now. We do see that he's trying to get some value out on the map right now with his little bit of army that he has, bringing down a horseman. But Kasva is stonewalling. We've got stone walls all the way across the map. he probably imagines that he is ahead economically. We do see 64 villagers versus the 49 of Beastie. So Kasva just needs to boom up, get his army count back up, and then re-engage. Has he repaired this landmark? No. Okay, so continuing to train villagers, getting some stone of his own right now, perhaps to try to drop a keep on the wood line or something. Now, BC's actually in a better spot than Kasva because he has 3 wood lines, where Kasva's only has... he's only got 1 left right now, but he had a total of 2. But whoa, we must have missed it, but it looks like there was a cleanup. These horsemen taking out what was left of China's army. But BC has a lot of res in the bank right now. He's got to spend it. Kasva has a considerable amount of gold, so when he reaches the next stage, one thing at the Abbasid, they can immediately start training Mangonel or Springalds with their infantry. Not seeing any siege units trained for Beastie quite yet. Oh, another tower has gone up on the backline here for Kasva. I don't know if that was already there, possibly. Looks like Beastie got a Springald tower of his own there. And we've got a little bit of a lull in the battle for the first time. 2 town centers for both players. But looking at the villager count, Kasva is up by about 9 villagers. Getting his archer upgrade. What was that? Okay, just shooting at that tower. Now, I think he did go up with... he went up with the military wing. You see a lot of people go with the culture wing, but he did go with the military wing. So it gives him access to some camel upgrades. So very interesting. Does he have any camels out here? No camels yet, but perhaps we will be seeing some camels out of Kasva here later on. You know, one thing you got to think when the age 3 hits, right? You got to think about the so real threat that could be fire lancers at any moment, right? Those could be fire lancers. Look at this. Kasva's been over here eating the deer of Beastie right in front of him, despite the fact that he even had professional scouts and could have brought these deer in. Kasva had so much pressure on him, he wasn't able to really take full advantage of those professional scouts, and they're also pretty APM heavy. Yet again, we've got villagers, like, though they're going to do some damage to this tower, this is 23 idle villagers right now. And that's time. That's time. And resources. Kasva is continuing to stonewall his opponent in, so he might just be able to starve Beastie out over time. But, okay, Beastie has now spent all of his res. Looks like he did repair this Imperial Academy. I'm trying to see if we've got any anything in queue for him. Nothing major. What's Kasva up to? Losing a mill at the moment. Okay, he's got a few Lancers mid. Looking at his base, he still has 2 stables, 3 stables, 2 archery ranges. He is training some crossbows at the moment. And just kind of chilling. Villager count 80 versus 75. So, I mean, really close, all things considered. BC's down 5-ish villagers. Kinda. Okay, horsemen just continue to idle. I would say the idle time would be like a graph that would be interesting to see, right? He's just forced so much idling. Got a ram being built right now for Kasva out in the middle of the field. Perhaps going to go after that tower. Palace guards being trained up for Beastie Cutie. This is the unique kind of man-at-arms unit that China has. Blacksmith has he did finish his wedge rivets there, giving him that range defense against those archers. I think. Wait, I heard a relic. I think Kasva's maybe picking up relics out on the map right now. Does he have a monastery somewhere, or mosque, or whatever it is here? We do see that golden tier was just reached, and if you're not familiar with the Abbasid Dynasty, you can see right there, they unlock these golden tiers as they connect buildings to their network. So he just reached golden tier 2, which gives them a plus 15% for all resources gathering rate, plus 15% research speeds. So a nice little bonus there to your civilization there, kind of mid-game. Okay, we've got palace guards moving out and dealing with this outpost. The first time we haven't seen villagers sieging down an outpost. But now we've got a Mangonel, a Springald, 2 rams, some lancers, crossbows, and archers for Kasva. A rather diverse army. Looks like Beastie is trying to drop an emergency keep. But will be enough. A big mangonel shot. Oh my gosh, all those villagers are now on half health. If they take another shot like that, that would be devastating. Now, you can repair siege tremendously fast with villagers, and that's what you see him doing there with the clock tower nest of bees. Just trying to keep that nest of bees alive while it deals some damage. It looks like BC was able to complete that keep against heavy siege at the moment. And he upgraded all these outposts to Springald Towers, so they're actually dealing quite a bit of damage to Kasva's army. So Kasva having to kind of back up. We do see some camels were trained. Let's see if he went for any of these upgrades. It does look like he got the first upgrade. I'll be honest, I get it so rarely, I can't even remember which upgrade this is. I think it's the one that gives just additional armor to nearby infantry. But I'd have to go back and double check. I can't remember, honestly. I get the military wing so rarely. Man, Kasva's really committing to the rams. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rams going to be here with Springalds. We have one nest of bees, but it does look like Beastie is training. Is that another nest of bees there? No, it's Springald. Okay. Clock tower Springald. But we do have this tower. This outpost has plenty of line of sight. He kind of knows what's going on. He knows that Beastie has all of these palace guard, which he's continuing to train, I'm assuming, crossbows, which do a good job at countering palace guards. Now, we're talking about camels a little bit, right? And we don't see camels a ton in games. Camels for Abbasid are actually used, they buff nearby infantry. So if you look at these infantry, you can see this right here. Camel support. Armor increased from a nearby camel unit. Okay, so they've got... let's see, plus 1 melee and plus 3 range. Let's see if there's a non-upgrade crossbow to show you the difference. There we go. So you can see how it has less range damage. It has less armor. So camels are really used as support units. But here we go, big engagement. Springald checking out Beastie Springald, and I'm assuming he's gonna be taking out that nest of bees. Villagers coming out to try to siege down all of these rams and Springalds, but. And now with the siege, the Springalds being eliminated, he's able to move up his mangonel. Crossbows just kind of chilling. He did lose a few rams there. One more Springald on the backline for Beastie at the moment. He has to survive this push if he's going to stay alive in this game. Look at the villager count real quick. 90 versus 109 right now. Kasva being up to 109. And there we go. GG is called. What an action-packed match. Wow. Kasva being a little bit of the underdog in this matchup. I'm certainly in rank and was able to get the job done here with the Abbasid Dynasty. So thank you guys so much for watching this casted game. I do appreciate you watching all the games here on the channel. Take a moment and hit the subscribe button and click that alert notification and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one.